Library of Heaven's Path. Chapter 18, Scammed. You want to kill me? Seeing the other party whipping out a knife, Zhang Xuan raised his eyebrows. It was fortunate that he had been cultivating and not sleeping. Otherwise, when the other party approached him silently like this, wouldn't he be killed for sure? Let me first ascertain who this fellow is. Zhang Xuan knew that conducting this kind of night assault would mean that he was not an individual. Perhaps, there could even be an organization behind him. If he didn't accurately identify the one trying to murder him, even if he were to kill this assassin, there might be more coming for his life in the future. If he didn't dig out the organization behind the assassination, he wouldn't have to dream of sleeping peacefully anymore. Who is it? Just when Zhang Xuan was pondering how he should force the man before him to confess the organization backing him, he heard a hushed voice. Unknowingly, the black-clothed man grasping the dagger was already standing at proximity to him. Zhang Xuan had never tracked anyone before. Upon seeing the other party whip out a dagger, he got nervous for a moment and leaked out his breath, causing the other party to notice his presence. To be noticed so quickly, Zhang Xuan frowned. Just when he was about to rush forward to duel with the man before him, a thought flashed through his mind and a brilliant idea popped out. I am here to kill Zhang Xuan, that useless teacher. Who are you? Suppressing his tone so as to not be identified, Zhang Xuan declared. Since the other party was here to kill him, he would be able to confuse him by saying that he was here for the same purpose. You're here to kill him? The black-clothed man was taken aback. However, looking at how Zhang Xuan concealed his face and his sneaky attitude, he couldn't help but trust his words slightly. Indeed. The academy's worst teacher will only bring harm to the students if left alone. Zhang Xuan couldn't help but turn red upon talking about himself. Oh, then you do it? I will help you keep a lookout. The black-clothed man said. Ken. A uncomprehending look appeared on Zhang Xuan. He tried to push the responsibility to him. I think it would be better for you to do it. Anyway, we are here for the same motive, so it doesn't matter who does it. You do it? Actually, I have no intentions of killing him. I only wanted to punish him. However, if he were to die, that would be for the best. The black-clothed man urged him on. Punish him? Zhang Xuan was a little confused. Punish him? Then why was he holding a dagger? He couldn't resist asking, how do you want to punish him? That fellow dares to do something disrespectful to our young mistress. I intend to chop off his thing and turn him into a eunuch. The black-clothed man proclaimed furiously. Hearing those words filled with vile intentions, Zhang Xuan could only feel a breeze at his crotch and shivered unconsciously in fear. The hell? If I were to sleep peacefully tonight, I would probably be qualified to serve the emperor after this. Who the hell are you, for you to be so vicious? Disrespectful to your young mistress? Zhang Xuan tried to recall the memories of his previous self and after his reincarnation, but he didn't seem to have gotten into any physical relationships with any young mistresses. That Zhang Xuan, I have only heard that he is unqualified as a teacher. I have never heard of him bullying females. What is this about? Zhang Xuan couldn't resist asking. That fellow is an animal with a human skin. What teacher? He is a beast. Our young mistress. Forget it, the more I think about it, the more furious I get. Untold rage could be felt from the suppressed voice of the black-clothed man. Zhang Xuan could only see stars. So what the hell is it about, for you to insult me as a beast? What did I do to your young mistress? Besides that, who the hell is your young mistress? It is one thing if she is pretty, but if she is ugly, isn't it too much for such a reputation to be forced on me? Why do you want to kill him? After his insults, the black-clothed man looked over. Me. Zhang Xuan didn't expect that the other party would question him. he was stunned for a moment before clenching his jaw and answering, I can't accept his actions of bullying women. You know that he bullies women? Who did he bully? The black-clothed man was alarmed. Zhang Xuan harumphed and said, there is no reason for me to answer your questions. That is true. Since we both have the same goals in mind, you go first. Seeing that the other party was unwilling to reveal anything, although there were doubts in his mind, he chose to ask no further and waved his hand to gesture Zhang Xuan to go ahead. It would be better if you go first. If I were to strike first, he would be dead before you can castrate him. It would be better for you to castrate him first before I kill him. Zhang Xuan replied. The black-clothed man started to hesitate. He looked at Zhang Xuan in doubt. He started to get suspicious. How could it be possible for such a coincidence to occur? Just when he intended to castrate Zhang Xuan, another person appeared to assassinate him. If it wasn't for his fear of the strength of the other party, he would have struck him unconscious by now. Why? You don't trust me? If I don't want to kill him, why would I sneak here in the middle of the night? Noticing his doubts, Zhang Xuan tried to dispel them. Hearing those words, the black-clothed man hesitated for a moment before nodding his head in agreement. That's true. It is already late at night. If the masked man isn't here to kill Zhang Xuan, why would he be here for? It isn't because I don't trust you. Since our goals align with one another, let's go together. The black-clothed man replied after pondering for a moment. He was still a little suspicious of the fellow in front of him. You are still way too careful. Rest easy, I have basic principles as a human. However, since you do not trust me, Zhang Xuan didn't drag on the conversation and gestured, let's go together. After which, he charged forward. Fighter 5 Dan Pinnacle? Seeing his movement, the black-clothed man instantly identified his level of cultivation. He exerted his Qinggong 1 and followed closely behind. Seeing the black-clothed man following behind him, Zhang Xuan immediately turned around to take a look. Boom! The library of Heaven's Path jolted and a book appeared. The skill the other party exerted to follow him was equal to executing a battle technique. As long as one were to use a skill, the library of Heaven's Path would be able to compile a book on his flaws and thus, his background would be revealed. Zhang Xuan glanced at the book. He only saw 2 words Yaohan written on the cover. This name sounds so familiar. Where have I heard of it? Zhang Xuan stared at the front cover for a moment before flipping over to the first page. Yaohan, the butler of Bio City Lord Residence. Fighter 6 Dan Pixia Primary Stage, 8 acupoints opened. It's him. Seeing the words Bio City, Zhang Xuan immediately recalled the identity of the man before him. Wasn't this the butler from Bio City who rushed over to threaten him when he accepted Zhao Ya as his student? No wonder his voice and name sounds so familiar. Just that. This means that the young mistress that he mentioned refers to Zhao Ya. What did I do to her for you to make the journey here just to castrate me? To dare malign me? Even though you are stronger than me, I must teach you a lesson. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. If it was something his previous self did, since he had transcended over to take his place, even though he would feel wronged, he would admit it. However, the crux was that, he didn't do anything. For Yaohan to label him with this crime when he did nothing, he was simply too vile. As such thoughts raced through his mind, he continued to glance through the list. Cultivation Technique, White Jade Circulation Technique. Battle Techniques, Mystical Diagram Palm, Expert, Mystical Diagram Fist, Expert. Flaws, 16 aspects. Number 1, his Mingmen is at his bottoms and his skills are unable to guard against attacks directed at the point. No 2. No 3. Just as how it did previously, the book recorded all the flaws on this fellow. Having broken through 8 acupoints, this meant his current strength is at 12 ding. If Zhang Xuan were to try to match him in a direct combat, he would definitely not be a match for him. However, so what if you are in Pig's realm? So what if you possess 12 ding of strength? If I don't teach you a lesson today, I wouldn't be called Zhang Xuan. Who? At this point, Zhang Xuan stopped abruptly. What's wrong? Seeing Zhang Xuan stopping abruptly, the black-clothed man asked with a confused look. Look, an UFO. Zhang Xuan casually pointed. UFO? What is an UFO? The black-clothed man was taken aback and hurriedly turned around to take a look. This action revealed the Mingmen on his bottom to Zhang Xuan. Incomprehension plagued Yao Han. He knew of butterfly, ultimatum, and spy. However, what exactly was an UFO? Translator note, butterfly-hu die ultimatum-tong die spy-jian die UFO, flying saucer-fei die is pronounced as de yet. Go to hell. What Zhang Xuan had been waiting for was this opportunity. Without any hesitation whatsoever, he sent a kick filled with his wrath towards his bottom. Peng. Before the black-clothed man Yao Han could react, his Mingman was kicked on. He flew forward and crashed head-on with a boulder not too far away. Blood trickled down from the wound on his head. Since you are here to castrate me, should I castrate you right now? The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Zhang Xuan rushed forward and sat on the other party's body. He sent a couple of fists onto his face. What Pig's realm expert, what 12 ding expert? They are strong? If you were to find their Mingmen and exploit their flaws, an unexpected assault will still lead to their deaths. You. Apparently, Yao Han didn't expect the fellow who wanted to teach Zhang Xuan a lesson along with him would suddenly attack him frenziedly. What's worse, his Mingman was struck, causing his entire body to go stiff. He couldn't retaliate even if he wanted to. His body shivered from anger. Didn't we agree to deal with Zhang Xuan together? The heck? Where is your trust? Where are your basic principles as a human? Besides, no matter what, you are a fighter 5 Dan Dingley Pinnacle Master, an expert among experts. You should have some demeanor even in the midst of a battle. To shamelessly lie to me and launch a secret assault before riding on my face. What about battle techniques? What about crossing blows? What about your cultivation technique? Even gangsters on the street don't fight this way. He only felt wave after wave of pain on his face. Yao Han was about to go insane. At this moment, he finally knew that he had been scammed by the masked man. Furthermore, it was the worst kind of scams. Translator note. Qinggong, literally translated as the art of lightweight. It refers to footwork which allows one to tread lightly, increasing one's jumping ability, running speed, and dodging skills.